Hi, Terry. You know, we've talked about urgency and the way you've managed throughout the postseason. If you could just take me through whether you had a thought about bringing in Familia to start the eighth, or what was your thought process for when to bring Familia into the
Well, we talked about possibly doing 2 innings with Jerice, but we may not have had him tomorrow. So we thought we'd start with Clippard, and we said if the go-ahead run gets on, we'll go to Familia. So when he walked Kane, we went to, he said, this is when we got to go to Familia. So.
And over to the far left.
Terry, what did you see with Clippard?
Well, I mean, the first guy, pitched him great. The second guy, he just missed with his pitches. One thing he doesn't do, he doesn't walk a lot of guys, and we don't walk a lot of guys, period. And like I said, when he has pretty good success against the lefties, and when he walks Zobrist, I thought, okay, we'll still let him see if he can get Kane out, and he gets Hosmer. Until like I said, if they got the go-ahead run on, we were going to go to Familia, and we got the ground ball. We just, we didn't make the play, and then, then next ground ball, you're in double play depth. It's a little different situation if you didn't have to be. So it was certainly one of those situations where, we couldn't stop the bleeding.
And over to the far right aisle, Ken.
Terry, Duda's double play to end the game there. Cespedes being that far off first base, should he have been that far off, or was he too far off?
Obviously, the answer would be no. You got to freeze on a line drive a little bit, so he got off. I'm sure the first thought in his mind was, I'm going to score on any ball that gets in the gap. I'm going to make sure he scores, and he just got too far off.
And the far left, Joel.
Terry, I wonder if you could just take us through your thoughts and emotion. You're 6 outs away from tying the World Series, and it went so quickly in that inning. What's going through your kind of heart, soul, and brain in that inning?
Well, again, Joel, we talked before the inning. We said we're going to start with Clippard, and when we got the first guy out, we'd said before the inning, if the go-ahead run gets on, we're going to go to Familia. But I didn't want to have to burn Jerice tonight for 2 innings if I could help it. So, didn't work.
Over here in the front right.
You guys have hit like 19 home runs in the postseason, and I think 10 of them in games you win. That's a little bit lopsided for the way you usually play. Any explanation why you haven't been generating more offense?
Barry, I don't have an answer for that. Obviously, I would, if I would, we'd probably hit some more. But, we were swinging the bat. We've been swinging the bats very well. We had a nice night last night, and tonight, we just didn't get the hits when we needed them, except for Conforto. It was one of those nights where they stymied the middle of the lineup. They pitched good, but we certainly, anybody that can give me the answers of why we're not hitting in certain situations, I'd like to hear them. So.
And left right.
Terry, you kind of knew coming in the Royals are the kind of team to take advantage of mistakes. Is that what hurts the most, that mistakes are really hurting you in this series? Oh, no question, John. You mean in postseason, you can't give up. You can't give away outs. You got to get out. You got to make outs. You got to, you can't give good teams opportunities to score extra runs because they can do it.
And over here to the right, towards the middle.
Terry, I know there's a lot you feel you could done better, but it's kind of the MO of Kansas City. They're just kind of relentless. They just keep coming at you, and then at some point go past. Yeah, I mean they do. They certainly, we've talked about it before. They truly don't ever stop. I mean they have a very, very good lineup from top to bottom. They can do a lot of things. They're athletic. So, like I said, you got to make pitches and you got to get outs when you have the opportunity. So, Steven Matz threw the ball very well tonight. For 5 innings, it was very, very good. And then after that, I thought, certainly, when we had the lead going into the 8th inning, I said, if we can get to Jerice, for a 4-out save or something, we'll do that. But, we just, again, we had our opportunities. We didn't make the plays we needed to make.
And the back left.
Terry, given what you mentioned about Clippers walk, Cespedes play to end the game, the ball he kicked in the outfield, Murphy having a little trouble at second, did the Royals beat you, or did you guys beat yourselves tonight?
Well, they still got to score, and they did. That was that's certainly, but, you know, when you allow them to have opportunities, like I just said, the good teams are going to beat you.